Alrighty everyone, welcome back. It is now May 2nd of 2024, and given that the Walt Disney Company and all of its divisions, of course, across the board, are having many different challenges right now, not just for this year, but also for what looms in 2025, that's exactly why they are banking 110% on Deadpool and Wolverine making a decent profit at the box office, because it's the only MCU movie releasing for this year ahead of all of the expensive failures for 2025. This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you're new and like this video to see future updates. You can also follow me at Mike01. I thank you also very much for the great and kind support. So one thing about Deadpool and Wolverine, we've been talking about this for a while now, that there's been a lot of drama happening behind the scenes, especially connected to the reshoots and everything that was axed, that were connected to actresses like Brie Larson and Tatiana Maslany for their characters like She-Hulk and Captain Marvel, etc., etc., and the drama is only worsening behind closed doors when it comes to Ryan Reynolds, director Shawn Levy, and even the writers like Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick, and what they have to deal with between the Disney heads and between incompetent actresses like, of course, Tatiana Maslany and Brie Larson that only caused nothing but trouble on set, and of course what was planned for reshoots. Now, focusing on Deadpool and Wolverine, we know that this trailer was gold, and the main reasoning behind that was that Shawn Levy and Ryan Reynolds had full creative power over how the trailer would be presented to the fans. That's why it feels like it's been one of the most entertaining things out there, Marvel-wise, that you have seen quite possibly in the past number of years, with the exception of Loki Season 2. Now, focusing on all of this, one thing about Brie Larson is that we know that she's very entitled. However, with Deadpool and Wolverine going through reshoots right now, that are set to last until the end of this month into early June, one major development now involves more to do with actress Brie Larson and her ongoing battle with Ryan Reynolds and the Disney heads after a specific decision was recently finalized by both the creative team and Bob Iger. Now, it turns out in one significant update to the recent drama for Deadpool and Wolverine is that Brie Larson not only had a major cameo in the film that was cut from the third act, but also she was going to be involved deeply in a post-credits scene, as it turns out, providing a lecture to both Deadpool and Wolverine about the importance of the multiverse. The major criticism that both Ryan Reynolds and, of course, the Deadpool 3 writers had with the forced scene from Bob Iger and Kevin Feige was that the sequence was too long and full of dialogue that would not agree with the fans the way it was presented. And the dialogue was said to have been crafted by Kevin Feige and forced down to the Deadpool writers before they cancelled out Larson's scene altogether. This is the very reason why Larson is putting full blame on Ryan Reynolds after he was the one who called the shots on deleting the scene, all of course, and is instead creating a new post-credits scene with writers Paul Wernick and Rhett Reese. Now, the scene was already filmed and edited before it was pulled from the current cut of the film, with Larson now already warning Disney she will be taking legal steps about her scenes getting axed, without warning in a similar situation to the arguments presented by Tatiana Maslany, who played She-Hulk. Now, Reynolds, however, is standing by his decision and is not budging one bit about the post-credit scene choice. More specifically, Larson's post-credit scene was also used to tease another Captain Marvel film. Another reason why this was axed easily was how poorly the Marvels did back in November of 2023, and is the main reason why Reynolds was able to convince both Iger and Feige to pull the scene. Already, Larson is reportedly blaming Reynolds that he was against things like diversity, equity, and inclusion by pulling her scene, and how he is one that's damaging the importance of female-driven roles. Now, with the, of course, importance of female-driven roles at the center by Brie Larson in her mind, with all of Larson's scenes now cut and finalized by Disney to be out of the film, Reynolds also convinced Disney to not allow any behind-the-scenes footage to be included on any digital form of Deadpool 3 in the future by this holiday season. Additionally, Larson was reportedly promised by Disney that her scenes were supposed to be inserted into the trailer to some extent to tease her character's return as as Captain Marvel. However, when Ryan and Shawn Levy took over, how the trailer would be executed and displayed to the public, they decided to exclude her scene entirely from the trailer footage in a near similar fashion to what was done with She-Hulk actress Tatiana Maslany. To make matters even worse for all of this drama is that Larson even warned Reynolds that unless her scenes are reinstated, that she is willing to discuss new truths about the drama on various radio shows and podcasts / talk shows, of course, about her exit from this MCU project that she blames creative differences for. Now, again, guys, let me just stop here before I move on. The thing about Larson is that she is one of the biggest examples out there within the Hollywood bubble, within the film industry. One that lets fame get to her head. One that lets her status as an actress get to her head. And she believes that she's all that on the top of the mountain and really kind of just all high and mighty. And in reality, she's really just a mediocre actress as far as I'm concerned, at least in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I mean, she's been in other things that she's been okay in, but as far as I'm concerned, her portrayal as Captain Marvel, not all that great at all. And it's another reason why a lot of fans disagree with the character. It wasn't just her acting, but it was also the way the character was inserted into the MCU, the way it was displayed, especially in the Marvels, how that movie was created by director Nia DaCosta. I mean, the list goes on and on. But Ryan Reynolds really made the ultimate call here. Could you imagine if we had a post-credit scene that really catered more so to Captain Marvel instead of a very valuable character that would be, you know, somewhat shattering in a good way, that would really erupt the audience with cheers and joy? I think that they definitely dodged a bullet, without a doubt, and Shawn Levy, as well as Ryan Reynolds, made the right call. Now, again, on top of all of this, continuing on, alright, Larson, of course, also felt her character's screen time fell flat for the post-credit scene, planned and demanded those like Shawn Levy and Reynolds to extend the scene further during reshoots. So not only was she demanding that she would actually get her post-credit scene to be, you know, reformatted and shifted, in a different format, but also to elongate the scene. She felt that her screen time was way too short, or that she was being shortchanged for the post-credit scene, because she knows that this was going to be basically the beginning of a gravy train for her in the MCU. Well, not so much now the way things are looking for 2025. You know, I don't think the MCU is going to have a bright future at all if 2025 is, you know, going the way things are right now, with everything related to Captain America 4, Blade, Fantastic Four, Thunderbolts, and all the drama connected to those 4 big films that are going through a lot of expensive alterations behind the scenes. But overall, I would love to hear, you know, what everyone has to say about this, because this is very important. Deadpool and Wolverine is one of the first MCU projects where you have creators like Ryan Reynolds, where you have creators like Shawn Levy, Rhett Reese, and Paul Wernick taking a stand against Disney, handing out all these ultimatums and warnings that they are willing to walk from other projects or else. And it's really causing Disney to cave. It's causing Kevin Feige to bow down to them, essentially, and give in to their demands, which is why I believe this movie could very well be a decent one at that. Maybe even a great film. So overall, you know, drop a comment below, fill me in below in the comments what you all have to say about this. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel, and I will catch you guys later.